Welcome back to the Moment of Truth. My name is Laura Olmsted. I am the founder and executive director of DNAngels. We are a nonprofit organization based in Carbondale, Illinois, but we have a worldwide reach. We work with adoptees, donor-conceived individuals, those who never knew who their mom or dad were, former foster children, and those with a big old DNA surprise. Today, we are joined by my client, Vince, who is donor-conceived, and he reached out to DNAngels hoping to be able to identify his donor. So why don't we hear from Vince in his own words? Hi, Vince.
Hi, Laura.
It is so nice to meet you. We just met last night.
Yes, very quick.
It's been a whirlwind. So we worked pretty much 24 hours on your case. My assistant is in Australia. So when I'm going to bed, she's just getting up. And when she's going to bed, I'm just getting up. So we were able to put a lot of hours and a lot of work into your tree to identify your donor, which we have done. But we want to hear a little bit about your story. When did you find out you were donor conceived?
So I found out when I was about 21. My father told me. So I actually didn't know until it was quite some time, but and I don't really know why they never did reveal that to me, but he just, I guess this was, my mother had passed away a few years prior, and so it was just him at the time, and I think he just decided that he wanted to fill me in. So it was fairly later on, but yeah, I was about 21, I'd say.
Well, I'm glad. I'm really proud of him for telling you. Many times back in the day, although you're not that old, the fertility clinic said, go home, have your baby, never tell your child. The times have changed, and maybe your father, your raising father, realized that, and he realized that it's better to know the truth than to not know the truth. So I'm so proud of him for telling you that. What made you decide to try and identify your donor? What is being donor conceived? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, so for me, it was I'm very curious about kind of the genetics and the health aspects that could come from things that might be passed down from somebody who I don't even know who they are. So to me, that's very important. So I'm trying to hopefully be able to learn more about that and things that I might need to look out for. And then I'm just curious, really. Also, just I'm interested to know what, because it's that whole half of the family is basically just a question mark right now for me. So
Yeah.
I think those two things are my main drives for just trying to find out.
Good. It sounds good. I have to tell you, I was asking you a little bit of probing questions last night when I was chatting with you, and I had a reason for doing that. First of all, not only do you look almost like the spitting image of the younger version of your donor, you do the same job.
Oh, really?
Yes. So your field of interest, your career is also his career. It's fascinating. And I find
Wow.
I find it so often. So many times donors are well-educated men. They're either, doctors, lawyers, and MBA, and you are also in that field without giving up, identifying information about you. He is also in that field. And I'll share with you like his LinkedIn, and you'll be like, oh, okay. And he's
Wow.
also
Yeah.
very close to you. So in your state of residence where you live right now, he's also there.
Okay.
I think it's safe to say that you're in the southern part of California. He's also in the southern part of
Yes.
California, but I'll say he's in Los Angeles, and you can do the calculation yourself as to how far you are
Okay.
from Los Angeles. So without
Okay.
further ado, you want to get to it?
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. So are you able to view your messenger room where we've been talking?
Yes.
Because I'm going to be sending
Y-
you like photos and stuff while I describe it over here. So I'm going to start
Yes.
with your grandpa. Remember, before the show, I told you to remember the last name of grandpa, right? So let me pull up your tree real quick. I've still got your donor up here. Just a moment. Okay, so I was able to establish DNA connections to your great grandparents. When we put a tree together, for those watching, I'm going to put in a graphic describing Vince's tree. And we're going to show you for the first time an actual overview of the tree that's been anonymized so that you can't tell who the family is. But we build our tree from the top down. So the first thing that I did was I identified your great grandparents. Okay. And from there, I was able to identify that each set of your great grandparents have one child that married into the other family, right? So Grandpa Donald Dale, and then the last name that you know about, married into the other family with the L name, and that is Grandma Jacqueline L. And guess
Okay.
what? They only had 2 kids, one boy and one girl. So this case was not hard. Sometimes your grandparents had like 5 boys, and I've got to go figure out through all 5 of them who's the most educated, who's the most likely to have donated. In this case, I was very relieved that they only had one. But let me show you. I can't see your face right now because I was looking at your tree. But if we go to your room here, I will not be showing these on camera, but this is your Grandpa Donald Dale. There's a little bit of a lag right now. This is him as a young man in high school.
Okay. I can see it. Yep.
And this is your beautiful grandma. Her name is Jacqueline, and this is her in high school as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they had 2 children, a daughter named Annie, and then your donor, and his name is Roger. So your donor's name is Roger, and I'm going to show you a picture of him right now. I've got several. So let's do like the headshot first, the professional business, the business attire.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I need you to take a minute and just absorb that. I'm telling you, I immediately, when I saw his picture, because I didn't have a good understanding of what you looked like, I ran to your Facebook and I'm like, what's this guy look like? And I put them side by side and I'm like, wow. Because sometimes we really resemble more of our mother's side of the family, and sometimes we look like our dad's side. In this case, you definitely take after your dad's family without even seeing your mom's family.
Yeah. Wow.
So here's another shot of him. He takes a lot of, I don't know if it's vacations or he does a lot of weekend getaways, but he definitely travels a lot. That's a more relaxed pose of him. And I think that one actually reminded me more of you, if you just blow that up a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that one is. Yeah.
So let me tell you about your donor. So you know that he is in the same business as you. Let me just send you a screenshot of his LinkedIn so that you understand when I say he's in the same business as you. He's in the same business. That's why I asked you if you were going to go back to school to further your career.
Oh, okay.
So
got it. Yeah.
When you said those 3 letters last night, I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me, because that's what you're looking to achieve long term. And I'm like, well, you take after your donor for that. Let's tell you about your donor. So he is married to a lovely lady. Her name is Christine, and you're his only child. He does not have children. Not that I can find, and normally I can find children. He does not have children. You are his only offspring. So he may have donated, I doubt, for that reason, because he was only 19 or 20 when he made the donation. He's very young. He was born in 1969, Vince.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I would never have guessed. That's crazy.
I would. Yeah. So many times fertility clinics do try to, match up the ages, but your mom was a little bit older when she had you. And that's not the age of donors. Donors are normally young men that are in college looking to make a little side money. It's a little side hustle for them. Although you didn't match to any half-sibling donor-conceived siblings on Ancestry, I do encourage you to test at 23andMe. And just a little word about 23andMe right now, because I am getting hit up in my DMs about 23andMe. This is a business move. It is not a going out of business situation, okay? They're restructuring. It's really kind of silly. I've never seen such panic in all of my life. Leave your DNA at 23andMe. They're going to continue going. Did you know that Ancestry's been resold? I didn't see them in the news saying, delete your kits. MyHeritage has been resold. FTDNA has been resold. GEDmatch has been resold. Give 23andMe a break. They've got 15 million people in their database. Your data is safe. Nothing happened to any of the other companies. It's not going to happen at 23andMe. Sorry about that, Vince. I needed to take a moment to say that because I think I'm going to put your video out on Friday, so it's going to be pertinent to today's news, right? So just calm down.
My brother
But
and sister or my half, I guess they're my half brother and sister, because I have two siblings. They're younger, they're twins. They
yes,
were conceived with a different donor, so they're in 23andMe. So I think if we were both in there, then it would show up. But they're not in Ancestry, so.
they need to test at Ancestry if they ever want to identify their donor, unless
Mhm.
he's tested at 23andMe. Ancestry comes with family trees attached, and they have 25 million people in their database. They are the absolute largest at-home consumer DNA testing company, and they have family trees attached. So I can look at, say, your great aunt and great uncle that are a DNA match to you, but have no tree. We just have a name. I was able to find them, by the way. William and Catherine, your top two matches, no
Yeah.
tree, just a very generic name. I found them. They're your grandmother's brother and sister.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I
So
saw
that's
those
your,
online and I wasn't sure, like, I couldn't connect the dots. So
yeah.
I just figured I had there was no matches out there for me.
Yeah.
But okay.
Well, yeah, guess what? I have another surprise. Your
What's that?
grandma's alive.
Oh, wow.
That would ever happen.
No, I mean, well, all my grandparents now at least that I've ever known they've been passed away for quite some time. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And when it comes to the donor conceived world, we don't refer to your donor's mom as your donor's mom. She's straight up your grandma. Your grandma had nothing to do with the decision that your donor made to go in and donate gamete while he was in college. She probably wasn't even consulted on the matter, has no idea that she has grandchildren out there, and she might be very happy, literally fill her heart with joy to know that there is an offspring of Rogers that she could potentially get to know if you want to, give her a call. That's after the show, right? You get to make those decisions. We'll coach you along the way. I always advise that you call and talk to your donor first. Never reach out to his family before him. Give him the courtesy of saying yes or no. I'd like to get to know you. And I will tell you, and I know it's a very nervous time for you, if you would like to reach out, most donors are very receptive to contact because this is
Mm.
2025, right? We're in a time where we're woke to the facts that this just cannot be anonymous anymore with the affordability of at-home DNA testing. You're going to be identified one way or another. And people on his father's side of the tree have tested, and people on his mother's side of the tree have tested. It's very easy to do the math and put that together to figure out who your donor is if you know what you're doing, which is why you came to us. How did you hear about us, by the way?
Yeah, I was just looking online for resources that could do this sort of thing,
Yeah.
and a few, I saw your organization pop up on a few threads, like on Reddit or on various other community engagement sort of sites. So that's kind of how I found you guys, and heard nothing but good things from everyone that I saw. So I was like, this must be the place. So
Well, that makes my heart proud. We've done our job. So we've been in business since 2019. DNAngels established 2019. It's our new shirt. Go to our merch store. Yeah. So we're a nonprofit. We do not get federal or state grants in order to do this work. We literally do this. It's a love project. Like in 2017, I found out my dad wasn't my dad after I took a DNA test. And yeah, it kind of just rocked my world. And I said, I got to be able to find my dad. And I did. And I could not have afforded, like a professional genetic genealogist. It cost about $5,000 to hire one of us privately. So I learned how to do it. And I give away all of that for free. And we've solved over 7,000 cases to date. And a very good portion of them are donor conceived individuals who want to know who their donor are. And like I said, most of those turn out really well. They're very happy to know you, give you an update on their family medical history. And I think you're going to have a lot to talk about with your donor because of your shared career path. So, Vince, what is your favorite color?
I like green. Green's
Green. No
yeah.
one's picked that in a long time. Good. So listen, our viewers know what to do. We always ask what your favorite color is so that they can show you some love and support in the comments. So please, if you support Vince's right to know his biological truth, please leave a green heart, a green clover, anything that represents green to you in the comments. And Vince, I'm going to meet you after the show and go over your entire family tree with you. Don't forget, to our viewers, I'm also going to put the case review up on the screen for you so you can see how we also solve the case. It's just not going to have last names. And because your sense of identity is more important than somebody else's secret, I'm going to say goodbye with that, and we'll see you next week, friends.